What is going on, everyone? Badger here. Should have like and sub, and let's get into this. We've talked about how most of the studios, the video game studios that we know and love, are shadows of their former selves. Most of them have, Ship of Theseus type things. They have no even original parts from it. Everyone has left and been replaced, and it's led to some pretty staggering failures, specifically with Warner Brothers and their video games and who they've gone out with. Uh, in total, over $300 million in impairment charges. That first 200 was for Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. And of course, most recently, we found out that that last, adding to the 300, $100 million impairment charge for Multiverses, which of course led to the game's boss for Warner Brothers bouncing after 12 years of employment because enough horrible decisions had been made. And going forward, it seems like even though Rocksteady is still around, they've got one more chance, and that seems to be a Batman game. A lot of studios in this position. Ubisoft has one more chance, and that's Assassin's Creed Shadows. And after that, and maybe even if that's great, it's still going to be a failure. EA BioWare, they have Mass Effect 5. One more chance, and that's it. And it seems like with at least Rocksteady and Batman, because Warner Brothers can still focus on Harry Potter and their other franchises, but Rocksteady specifically, they have one more chance, and that is with this single player Batman game that we've been hearing about since last year. So last year it was Jason Schreiber in June of 2024 who said studio leaders are looking to pitch a new single player game which would return Rocksteady to its roots. And then just yesterday he said this: Rocksteady is looking to return to Batman for a single player game, but according to people familiar with the timeline, the new project is years away from landing, meaning it's just now been finalized into something they can start working on. We heard before this fellow back here, Nick here, posted this. Not sure which studio people's dream is, but I heard Rocksteady are back making it. I also think Sony are trying to money hat it. Says name your dream game developer for the next Batman game. And yeah, at this point, I think we all know that Rocksteady does not have the clout it used to. Even back then, we were hearing it. Heard it just today. Over here, Arkham Origins Remaster or the Arkham Trilogy PS5 version, because I doubt it's a new game. Not sure why you doubt it, but I've heard it's a new game. So multiple sources all hearing that it is, in fact, a new game. This was Vera back. Then she has something else she said in response to the most recent one, but back responding to that original one, saying confirmed Rocksteady is adding Deathstroke and the real Batman, the one we originally wanted to see in the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League for the last 2 seasons, which did happen. They did end up putting in Deathstroke, and they did end up showing in cinematics and all that the real Suicide, or the real Justice League rather, were alive, and that it was clones that were killed in the game. Warner Brothers recently spoke about franchises that they'd like to focus on, and DC, specifically Batman, was mentioned. The same sources that told me layoffs were incoming months ago and were correct tell me they've internally greenlit a remake of Arkham Asylum and will potentially be continuing the Arkhamverse with our Origins voice cast. They recently got back together and did Arkham Shadows. And Arkham Shadows for MetaQuest, which I have, has been doing very well selling that system. And also the game has done well. Roger Craig Smith is back as Batman and all that. And look, here is, of course, Vara back responding. This is February 7th. Arkham Asylum remake is their top priority. We've heard that for a while. Also, potential continuation, both with Roger Craig Smith. Been saying this for over a year now. So yes, her sources are still saying it. And over here, we can see that, yes, Jason Schreier at Bloomberg, again, Rocksteady looking to return to Batman for a single-player game. So it's going to be a couple years from now, but it still seems like the Batman games we're going to be getting will be from Rocksteady. And again, Ship of Theseus, is there any bit of that company left? I mean, Arkham Shadows was good, so maybe with clear direction, proper funding, that they don't need to capitulate to activist organizations for their funding. Sure. And I like Roger Craig Smith as Batman. If you don't know, he also played Ezio, and he played Batman in Arkham Origins. And he came back for Arkham Asylum Shadows, and he's good. Obviously, Kevin is no longer with us. Mark Hamill is still alive, but no longer with us because TDS did him in. So just get Troy Baker and Roger Craig Smith. And anyway, you let me know what you think. Did you play? I know not a lot of people have MetaQuest 3. totally worth purchase, and Arkham Shadows definitely worth a play. Let me know if you have played it, if you have any hope for this going forward, or I mean, if nothing else, Arkham Asylum remaster, right? Anyway, let me know what you think. Make sure to like, share, and sub. If you have done that, thank you. If you're going to do that, thank you.
Well, bye.